Hello, everybody, and welcome to IC Markets Market Commentary. My name is Tamar Mehr from Trade with Precision. So last week, Japan's finance minister gave a strong warning to yen bears, stating deep concerns about what they call a one-sided and rapid shift. However, the yen continued to weaken against many of its trading partners. So today, I want to take a look at a couple of yen crosses that I'm currently stocking for potential opportunities. And I want to start here with Swiss yen. And this is the daily chart. And as we can see on the daily, we are in an uptrend. We've got the moving averages 10, 20, 50, fanning and in the correct order. And we pull back into the buy zone, that area between the 10 and the 20 moving averages. Now we can see that there's a level of resistance here around the 194.50. If we'll take a look here on the 4 hours, we can see we have 3 touches, not precise though, around that level. So what I'm looking for is another touch at that level and a potential break and a continuation of the move. However, if we'll take a look here on the higher time frame, we can see that even though we are in a strong uptrend and we printed here a higher high, we are still overextended, meaning there is a distance between where price action sits right now and the moving averages. We do have the moving averages nicely fanning and in the correct order and convergence here on the upside. Quick look at the monthly chart and we can see it's a similar story, very overextended. So we could see a deeper pullback in the context of the daily, which would bring us closer to the averages in the context of the higher time frame. Next, I'd like to take a look at a chart of Euro Yen. Now, Euro Yen is at a 3 decades high. Last time it's been around this area was in 1992. So let's take a look here on the daily. First of all, we do have an uptrend here. We haven't yet continued to a new higher high. We do have the moving averages 10, 20, 50 fanning and in the correct order. And we do have convergence on the latest high, but we're still looking flat here to diverge on the last activity. And if we'll take a look here on the weekly chart, it's a similar story. We are overextended. So if we'll get a pullback, there are 2 areas that I'm looking for potential opportunity. The first one is in and around the 178.80. It's the previous swing high over here. And the next one is a little bit deeper around the 175.50. If we'll take a look here on the monthly, we can see that 175.50 was also the previous swing high. So if the market will pull back into that area, it would release some of this very strong buying pressure. We'll still be overextended on the monthly chart, but we will be closer to the averages on the weekly chart. Next, I want to take a look at Aussie yen. Now, Aussie yen is also sitting at a level. So the level is in and around the 102. We can see it's been a strong resistance in the past. It pushed to a lower low, and it was also a support on the way up. And currently, we are sitting on that level. We had a touch, we pulled back a little bit, and now we're moving higher. So if we'll take a look here on the daily, we can see we're consolidating close to the high around this level, but we are overextended. So we could see a pullback toward the 101.5 and another attack at that level of 102. Alternatively, if we'll get compressions of price underneath this level, I'll be looking for a momentum breakout of this area. Quick look at the monthly chart and we can see the monthly has moved from a lower low all the way back up into that level, which is also the previous swing lower high on the monthly chart. So quite a significant area for the market. So if we'll get a pullback from this area and print a higher low, a break above this level would also bring the monthly chart back into an uptrend. Lastly, I'd like to take a look at the chart of dollar yen, and I want to start here with the monthly chart. Now, on the monthly, we can see the last time we pushed to a low, we weren't able to break this previous low. So currently we printed a higher low. And if we break the previous swing lower high, we are going to confirm a new uptrend on this time frame. But we can also see that we moved quite a lot and we moved to an area of sellers. So if we'll get a pullback in the context of the monthly chart, I'll be looking at the area of the 150, 151. We can see it's been a strong level on this market in the past. Now, if we drill down into the weekly chart, we can see that the weekly is in an uptrend and reacted to this previous high. So we rejected so far the move higher. We are still overextended, but we do have convergence to the upside on the momentum indicators, and the moving averages 10, 20, 50 all crossed over to the correct order for an uptrend. If we'll take a look here on the daily chart, we can see that we are actually back into the buy zone and consolidating in the buy zone. We could see a bit more of a pullback in and around the 155, but because we are still very overextended on the higher time frame and reacting to the previous swing lower high on the higher time frame, I would like to see strong signs that the buyers are returning into the market before a continuation of the overall trend. Happy trading, everyone. Bye for now.